for listening to Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast, keeping you up to date with the latest in American soccer. And don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast. My name is Jake Watroba, and on today's episode, we have a little fun as Steven Jadaran, Armand Kafai, and our special guest, Joseph Lowry of The Athletic, share their predictions for the 2019 MLS season on the Counterattack, hosted by yours truly. Make sure you check out episode 92 as Sam Stayskoll of MLSsoccer.com joins us to help preview the upcoming MLS campaign. Please make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. Now, let's get to today's episode.
Fast-paced, shifty movement, brilliant skill. It's the Counterattack with Jake Watroba.
It's Counterattack time here on Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast. We have Armand, we have Steven, and we also have our very special guest, Joseph Lowry of The Athletic. Fellas, should we get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Let's go. All right, we're going to do our little MLS prediction segment here for the Counterattack. Let's dive right in here. Let's talk about the teams everyone is most interested in. Armand, let's start with you. Who are you most excited to see this season?
So, pardon my dog barking in the background, but I'm excited to see the Colorado Rapids and their beautiful black diamond jerseys. They're actually white. They added a lot of really good MLS players like Diego Rubio, Keegan Rosenberry, Benny Feilhaber, Kai Kamara. They extended Kellen Acosta, Rubio, and Rosenberry. They have a solid core of players. I'm interested to see how Anthony Hudson will do with the new team, because it could set a precedent. I feel like it's kind of being built like Orlando City's, where you're gaining really good MLS players. I want to see, is that a sustainable way of actually making an MLS team, compete for a championship or for the playoffs by getting really good MLS players and not that good DPs? I'm interested to see how it works out, and I think Colorado can be an interesting case study on how you should develop a roster.
Wait. Sorry, Joseph. Are you really comparing the Colorado Rapids to the team that was complete dog bleep last season, the Orlando City?
Were we not interested by how that Orlando City would do when they got a guy who was in the MVP race, Dom Dwyer and all them? I think we were all interested to see how they were. I mean, just because they were bad.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like Colorado has the expectations of, I don't know, Pikes Peak on them. I don't think the expectation on Colorado is all that high. I think there was a lot more expectation with Orlando.
It's playoffs or bust. If Hudson's awful midway through the season, he'll be sacked.
All right, fair enough.
Does Stan Kroenke know he has an MLS franchise?
No, I don't think Robert Kraft does either.
Well, Robert Kraft technically doesn't have an MLS.
He's got bigger issues right now than what the New England Revolution or the New England Patriots are doing. Let's just Steven, let's get your take here on your team to watch this season.
Well, it's definitely not the New England Revolution. Actually, we're going to be going to Florida. It's going to be Orlando City. I get it. Nanny, cool. Great signing. But they've literally filled an off-season with players at every position. And the coach, James O'Connor, has success with, obviously, in the USL with Louisville. But he's already on the hot seat based on how last year was just a continuation of the failure that Orlando City were. So, beyond Nani, and they really need to fix that defensive shape that just leaked so many goals last season. So I'm curious to see if they can just be a respectful team to their fan base.
Well, I guess Orlando will be an interesting team to watch this year. We're in year 5 now, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let's see if they can. I guess
actually make the playoffs.
The only way they can go, the only direction they can go is up from last year, because they fell on their face for most of the season. So, but let's move on to Joseph. Joseph, you have another Eastern Conference side you are interested in watching this season?
Yeah, so I was tempted to put Armand's FC Dallas in this category, but I'm going with the Union, Philadelphia Union. I'm really interested to see the huge tactical shift that I think we're going to see away from the sort of pretty passing 4-2-3-1 into sort of Ernst Tanner's baby, his pressing 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-4-2 diamond. I really enjoy watching the Union last season, and I think between Harris Medunjanin at the base of that diamond, maybe he even shifts to one of the shuttler positions. But Medunjanin and then Derek Jones also in midfield. Then you got Fabian up top, or I guess underneath the strikers, and then McKenzie and Trusty hopefully at center back. I mean, it kind of ticks all my boxes. It ticks the U.S. national team box. It ticks the tactically interesting box, and hopefully, I don't know, it'll be fun soccer.
Yeah, Philadelphia will definitely be a team to watch this season after coming off a season in which they made the postseason. My team to watch really quickly will be the Columbus Crew, a rejuvenated fan base.
Shocker.
With a club that has a new ownership group. How will the players respond without having that added weight on their shoulders of the team possibly relocating? And how can Caleb Porter better this team from Greg Berhalter a year ago? That I think is an interesting storyline heading into the 2019 season, and one to look forward to as the season progresses. But moving on here, let's talk about the which team will crap at themselves. I did not make these categories here.
Yeah.
So let's start with the man who did, Steven. Which team will crap themselves this year?
I don't even know who I had. Oh, TFC. They already are crapping themselves. Pretty simple. Just look at their Champions League performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go New England. I don't think they added anyone that's gonna make a significant thing, and they finished the season on a low. They lost to Orlando City 6-2 in preseason. I just don't think the players are good enough for the system that Frito wants. I honestly would be really surprised to see Frito last midway.
Didn't we give Brad Friedel our FU award last at midway half season?
No, you gave him like the best. Yeah, you and Jake loved him. I was like,
He is a former national team legend. He deserves our respect. Joseph, which team do you think will quote unquote crap themselves this year?
I mean, I went with FC Cincinnati just because I don't know what's happening in Cincinnati. I don't know what they're building. Do they have any attackers, guys?
No.
It's not great. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope FCC turn into a really fun team to watch, and I have to eat my words. But yeah, FCC.
Soft launch USA.
They're going to play a 6-4-0 for the entire duration of the season. My team that I think will quote-unquote soil themselves this season is New York City FC. Is Dominic Torrent a good coach? I don't know. Is he a good coach?
You know what the safest
Who's scoring goals for New York City? Is it David V? I mean, now that David Villa's gone, like what? Is this a good team? I don't know. I don't know if this is a good team or not.
Guys, it just hit me. We've picked all the wrong teams. You know who the safest bet for crapping themselves at the end of the season is?
FC Dallas.
No, the New York Red Bulls.
Okay,
we're moving on. We're moving on, Jake. Moving on. Because apparently that
was terrible.
That was awful.
Okay, all right. We're moving on here. We're going to go to our surprise team of the year. Let's start with Joseph here. Joseph, who do you have surprising everybody in the 2019 MLS season?
I have San Jose, and this could be either really right or really wrong, but I'm excited to see Almeida's new style. I think it's going to be entertaining to watch.
That's a good one.
I think he's a really quality coach. So I'm excited to see San Jose this season, and hopefully, as a neutral, I hope they succeed.
And Armand, you have a different take on this. Who do you have surprising everybody this year?
Different. I think the Union are going to be a top 2 or top 3 team in the Eastern Conference. Ooh, hot take right there.
I like it.
You will be arrested.
Hey, come arrest me. Come fly down to Dallas. We'll see you there. Marco Fabian's attacking mid really intrigues me. Your homegrowth's finally blooming as the award has blossomed out of nowhere. You have another year of Austin Trusty, Mark McKenzie developing. You might see McKenzie play for U20s. I mean, from what Ernst Tanner's saying, if you're starting a lot, he's not gonna do it. He's gonna stay with the Union. I think they're gonna be a great team that no one likes. I don't think anyone likes the Union. Does anyone like Harris Medunjanin?
I do.
so.
Armand, I do.
Okay,
I like Harris.
you like him, but okay, whatever, man. Like, we get it. You're a secret admirer or something, but I don't think people like him on the field. He just gets gritty, gets in people's heads. I think they're gonna be a team top 2. They're gonna surprise the East. Book it.
My surprise team, LA Galaxy. Ibra said he's gonna break every record. All right, prove this. Blossom. Go win a trophy, Ibra. Calling out players in Europe for taking the easy road. He called out Cristiano Ronaldo. All right, Ibra. Surprise us all, because I don't think anybody really thinks this Galaxy team is that good.
They really aren't. But you know what team I think might surprise people and people might come away at the end of the season going, you know what, that team's actually not that bad.
Who?
It's the team that our very own Joseph Lowery said will be will quote unquote crap themselves. It's FC Cincinnati. They may struggle.
It's a low bar.
They may struggle to score goals. But I think this club will do a very good job of keeping goals out of the net. FC Cincinnati has a ton of defensive depth, as we've kind of alluded to earlier in the podcast, talking about who the hell is on this team besides center backs and central defensive midfielders. I think FC Cincinnati, come the end of September, will be in the playoff hunt and could very well, and I've been on record of saying this in the show, will be in the playoffs. Book it.
Yeah, Jake loves FCC.
I don't know why. Moving on. All right. What team will go the furthest in the CONCACAF Champions League? Joseph's the only person who has a different answer from the rest of us. So let's just have Joseph.
I just realized that.
Start with it.
Yeah, I mean, your guys' answer was tempting, but yeah. So I went with Sporting Kansas City. I think their first performance was good. I mean, Armand doesn't necessarily think the competition was great, but
they suck.
I think they're deep. The roster's deep. The midfield is like too deep at every spot. The wingers have depth. There's depth up front, even though the quality at striker maybe isn't elite by any stretch. But I think SKC are set up well. Yeah, that's my take at least.
Jake, you're a spokesman here at Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast. Who do we all have a consensus pick to go the furthest in the Champions League?
We all had the consensus pick of Red Bull. New York Red Bull. Let's let Armand talk because he is the resident New York Red Bull fanboy on this podcast. Armand, why will they go the farthest?
They just have a system. They play really well. I think they have experience in the CCL. They don't have that much roster turnover from last year. I think they're hungry to actually go farther than they did last year, and they're pissed that, they lost to a team like Chivas. They want to prove everyone wrong. Hey, you're not talking about us? We're going to go out and win it. And I think this team is one of the teams, with Armis's tactical ability that, hey, look, I think they can pull it off. I mean, that's so Metro, but you know what? It's not going to be Metro this year.
Great. Not so Metro. Okay. Anyway, let's move on quickly here. Last couple of predictions here before we let the listenership go here. Quickly, everybody. We only have 2 different answers for this for the Eastern Conference winners. Armand and Steven, who did you guys pick?
Red Bull.
Red Bulls. Yeah, that's not Metro. Whatever the saying is. That's
That's so Metro. That's not Metro.
Wow.
Joseph and I picked Atlanta United. I don't think either of us are ready to write off Frank de Boer just quite yet. After
well, Armand did. After 20 minutes, he did. So
20. Yeah.
Hey, I was after 60. Get it right.
Yeah, 22 minutes and 66 seconds. That was when Armand texted me. Fired de Boer.
All right, moving on here. Let's go to the Western Conference winners. Armand, you picked a team from LA.
Yeah, I picked the Galaxy. I think Zlatan's gonna break every record, and he's gonna, I guess, break the Western Conference trophy. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think
what? You have the Galaxy? I just saw that now. What?
Hey, when it happens, and we're gonna sit here after like we did last year. Like, oh wow, Armand was right. Like, just wait on it. Like, it's gonna happen again.
Well, I got LAFC, so you and I are going to go head-to-head.
All right, cool. I hate you.
El Tráfico. El Tráfico.
And Joseph, you picked not an LA team. Who did you take?
I picked a decidedly not LA team. I went with SKC again. They're my CCL team of choice, I guess, and I think they're deep. I think they're good. SKC.
And I picked, for my Western Conference winners, I picked
Minnesota United.
I'm just kidding. I took LAFC.
Oh,
I like what Bob Bradley's doing. They got a good back line. They got some good attackers. Let's see what they can do. They got a good supporter section throwing stuff at Nick Armando. I like that. I like the little feisty. MLS Cup winners here quickly. Steven and Joseph, you both picked SKC.
Wrong.
Any reason why?
I realize this is kind of embarrassing.
How can that be your Western Conference champion? It's LAFC, but you chose SKC.
I
with
know.
MLS
I just
Cup.
realized that. I wrote the wrong team.
Wow.
So, Steven, who do you have
Yikes.
winning the MLS Cup then?
I flipped the coin, and the coin told me Red Bulls.
Wow. Joseph, you took SKC, huh?
Yeah, I want them to win that double, just so I look really smart a year from now.
Wait, which
Jeez.
double?
The CCL and MLS, nothing.
Oh, good.
nothing
Not
too
the
small.
fake double.
That's a
Not
big
the fake
prediction.
double.
That's a big.
That is, yeah. No, I'm not messing around here, guys. When I predict, we go hard around here.
And Armand, you have a New York Red Bulls team getting the monkey off the back and finally winning something.
Yeah, that's not so Metro.
That's not so Metro. All right, last but not least, Supporter Shield. Joseph, you actually have
Treble, baby.
treble,
Oh
baby.
my God.
Fake treble.
SKC
Fake treble.
winning the Supporter Shield. Steven, you have Atlanta United winning the Supporter Shield. I'm going to stick with Red Bull New York winning that because that's all they do is just win regular season stuff, whatever. And Armand, you also take SKC. So
Yeah.
there's that. So we're going to save these and come, I don't know, about 10 months from now, we're gonna break these out and we're going to make fun of us. Yeah,
Well,
we're going to make fun of somebody.
What I can tell you is Jake has a trend of picking everything wrong. So his predictions were legitimate predictions. So one thing you can say is whatever Jake said will not happen.
It's a new year, baby. It's a new year.
It's a new year. Anyway, listeners, follow us on the Twitter machine at UncSamSoccerPod. Send us your predictions. It's fun. Prediction season's fun. Half the time, nobody knows what they're talking about. Half the time, you could chuck a highlighter at a magazine. That highlighter will tell you what's going to happen. Follow Joseph Lowry at Joe and Cleats. Follow Jake Watroba at Jake Watroba. Armand Kafai at Armand Kafai. Go back, listen to some fantastic interviews. We discuss U.S. soccer quite broadly, so you can get some lower division soccer, upper division soccer, U.S. men's national team, middle division soccer, whatever your heart desires. We probably have it. Content log. Go find there. Over 100 episodes. Until next time, good day.